and I'm going to be busy for a couple of minutes.
Not a problem. Good evening, everyone, and all guests watching
Good
and seeing.
evening.
All right. Welcome, welcome all. Can we get someone to do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I
I
pledge allegiance to the
to the
flag
flag
of
of
the
the
United
United
States
States of
of America
America
and
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for
for
which
which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty and
and
justice
justice for
for
all.
all.
Thank you very much for that. Can we get someone to do our invocation?
Okay, as we gather here today as members of Rotary, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunity to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of the of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive and make a better world.
Thank you very much for that. All right. Who we are. I read the vision statement for us. Together, we see a world where people unite, take action to create lasting change across the globe, in ourselves, in our communities. Y'all have a good one on that one. So we're going to keep it going. For this month, it is membership in new club development. Have anyone had any ideas to drum up new membership for us?
Yeah, kind of like what we were talking about earlier, being present out in the community where you're at, wearing the Rotary brand. People at work ask a lot, oh, what is Rotary doing here? And I'm like, oh, I work here, but I'm in Rotary, and shared a lot of information, but it's just hard to get people to follow through. I'm like, come on, man, come to Rotary with me. It's a lot of fun. But getting folks to follow through has kind of been a hard thing for me recently.
Understood. Anybody else?
Well, I've thought about asking somebody. They're always around, and she belongs to everything. And I'm going to ask her. I'm going to give her a call this next week to see if anybody's ever asked her about joining an organization. And well, she's already in Rotary, but it's the idea that you know somebody and you see them out and about. But have you ever asked them to join your organization? So, I think Jerica said she had somebody at her work that might be interested. We need to find out, and I think Daniel was going to do it, is if we can get a list of the members of the clubs that have disbanded recently.
Yes, the Irving, the Coloss, yeah.
Irving Las Colinas, and there was another one, and I don't know. We need to find out some of these clubs that have disbanded, what's happened to their members.
Understood. Yep. So recently, I've been reaching out to other clubs to not only join our clubs on these nights to see how we move and conduct our meetings here, but also their prospective members can have another option. If they can't make their meetings, they can make ours and potentially become some of our members here. So that's what I've been doing recently, trying to reach out to different club members of different organizations and reaching out to different presidents to see if they can join us over here as far as feeding us if we're looking for members. So I believe being online is a great option. I try to promote that we are the cheapest club out there compared to some of the other established clubs. So that could be a good hook for a lot of us to come on board with that. All right. So anything else you want to say on this? Anybody else?
I offered to do a free reading program if it would help us raise money and get new members. I would do that if you wanted me to.
Almost definitely. I think that's a fabulous idea. We just need to make sure we market it to where we can drum up more attention on that.
Right.
What about inviting? We've got a social coming up, and Jerica, why don't you tell them about that? We invite people to that.
Yeah, so I was talking to Jack over the weekend, and he likes to do the the picnic social here in Irving, Las Colinas area. I messaged Chris to see, as president, if that fits in his schedule. So he's going to get back with me because that's Junior's birthday weekend.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
But that's
Yeah, and I want to
always,
make sure that I'm present.
yeah, you got to make sure your kid is happy first. He's taken care of. But yeah, that's always a great way to invite people. Hey, we're doing this fun, casual lunch, come out and hang out. We always get a good crowd.
All right, so we'll go to the next slide. So, old business. We established the officers. Here are the officers for the following year that's coming up. All right. And Ms. Linda, would you like to talk about our fundraiser?
Well, we're still working on the jewelry. Right now, she's taking a break, so I haven't been able to place any orders. But she'll be. So anyway, I'll keep trying to get a hold of her. But let me know if you do want to order any of the Rotary jewelry.
All right, thank you very much for that. We'll keep it going. So, announcements. Well, we know that polio walk is coming through, and we're doing the largest polio walk for us, which will be in October on the 24th. And they're trying to get more people from the district to participate. So if you are able to do so, here's the information. You can look on our site. You can look on the Facebook pages. All of this information will be available for you. If you have any questions, reach out to someone, and we can get the information directly to you.
Yeah, and you guys, this is an easy walk. It's only 1 mile. It's really just about, this is a collaborative event with multiple zones. So that's why it's going to be like the largest polio walk. It was kind of created from the area governors that got together and said, hey, let's do this collaborative thing at the same time. So it's going to be neat. I think it'll be fun.
Well, I'm going to be
Oh,
at
yeah,
a
I'm definitely participating. All right, so going to the next one. So this past Friday, we had our awards, and these are the awards that we won. We got the International Service Award, we got the Foundation Grant Award, and I received the Outstanding President Award for our club. All our hard work this past year has been shown, but we could do more.
That's awesome.
I want everyone to know that we did a very good job. They were so proud of us because they're like, hey, we're a small group. We're very mighty. But I want everyone to be able to have this moment to know that we did a great job for this.
I actually was there, and every other award seemed to go to the E Club in North Texas.
That's awesome.
E Club.
Yeah, that's how it was. It was like I sit down and then I go right back up there. I sit down,
Chris
go right
kept going back and forth. I said, "What are you getting up for, Chris? Are you going to the restroom?" No, I'm going to get another award.
I have a question. David's trying to get in, and nobody's admitting him, and I can't admit him.
Let me see if I can.
Okay. It says he's waiting to
All
be.
right. So Howard, the floor is yours.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead and
Thank you.
stop sharing.
So you're the
Yes, sir.
second club that I just made this program. So you're the second club that I'm doing. But that's really what a speaker should do. They should say, I need to ask you 15 questions on how to do a program. It's kind of silly, but okay, that's why they're not here. Let me find it. Here it is. Okay. So I set it up after you told me. I just need a minute to get to slideshow. Can you see my slides okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, let's just do it. So this is a new program I just created because people aren't just reading anymore. It's podcasts, it's YouTube, it's a whole different range of learning experiences beyond the ones that we're used to. And I need to get one thing. I'll be here in a second. Have just 1 second. It's on the other side here. I get it. Okay, thank you for waiting. It's a tool I'm going to be using. Okay, so this is the Rotary Guide to Superfast AI Success. One of the things I noticed being in Rotary is we tend to skew towards an older population in general. I mean, most Rotarians are in their 20s, And historically, people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, they tend to be a little more uncomfortable with new technologies. So I thought showing them how AI works and what it does, some advantages, would be a good program. So I'm going to start with, you already know my story about growing up in the projects, and you know my story about going to college, so I won't bother you with any of that because you've seen it a million times. I don't want to waste time. I'll go right into the AI. So I'm going to do a couple of topics. What to learn, what are you looking for, what is it you need to know, how do you input information at a meeting like this one, on a telephone, in a classroom, watching a podcast, reading a book. I'm going to show you to instantly create detailed notes with a minimum of effort that'll last forever. I'll show you how to, what to do for AI for graphics, like pictures, and for videos. I'll give you some insight. I'm not going to teach all of that. I'm just going to show you what to do to learn it and how it works. How to output information. I'm going to show you to write a book in less than 40 minutes from scratch. And I'll actually write an entire chapter in about 90 seconds while you're watching it. So you'll actually see it being done in real time. And then the education crisis that's hitting our country right now. So we're going to start how to learn anything super fast. There's only 5 things you need to learn. When I owned a school in Dallas, we taught our students these 5 things. We took a group of kids aged 11 to 15. The oldest student was 15. We gave them a 30-chapter book in lifelong developmental psychology. It was a thick book. There was 18 students. Usually when I'm about to teach you, they read it in 1 week. And 15 out of 18 took the AP test and got full college credit in a sophomore college course in 1 week's time. So this is really very powerful. You can use it for books, you could use it for podcasts, you could use it for meetings. These are the 5 things you need to remember. And I'll tell you what they are and then go through them one at a time. Vocabulary, names, numbers, main points, and questions. Vocabulary. The most important thing, 80% of learning a subject that's new is words. Like biologists use words like Agellius phoenicius and Tergus migratorius. No one talks about those words otherwise. There's no reason to. Every discipline has words like that, and you want to learn them when you're in that discipline. So 80% of new topics is the vocabulary they use. And you're looking for bolded words or italic words or glossary. These are the words you need to know. The second thing is numbers. Any number, date, formula, like the quadratic equation is a good example of a formula, or a statistic that's big in business. The next thing you're looking for are names. Who's in your book and what did they do? Why are they in the book? What was the point of putting them in the book? And the next thing is the main ideas. So I'm teaching you the 5 things you need to learn. That's a main idea. So you have to put down what are the 5 things I need to know. And in a regular book or anything that you're learning, you look, if there are headings and subheadings, look for 5 main takeaways. What's the big idea they're covering in that section? You do a couple more if you need to. You might do a few less in a short section, but the target should be about 5. I don't want you to look for 60 things in each section. Look for the main thing. What are the 5 things I need to know? That's what we're doing now. That's it. And it's easy to learn. And lastly is questions and answers. Most books, the questions are at the end of a chapter. So you read 40 pages and you see the questions and you go, I don't know any answers. Now what? I got to go back to the 40 pages and find the answers. No. When I teach the whole program, you read the whole book in 5 minutes for the first time. And what you're looking for are the questions. Oh, there are. So they're at the end. So what are you going to do? Read them first. Why do you read them first? Those are the things the person writing the book said, I want you to know this when you're done. That makes it pretty important. If they wrote the book and you're going to assume they know more than you do on the subject, that's what they wanted you to know. Read it first. Why? Because now your brain knows what you need to learn. You have a purpose. And as you're reading the 40 pages, go, wait, this is one of the things at the end they wanted me to know. I'm going to pay more attention to this because I know it's more important because they told me so by asking me a question about it. So those are the 5 things you need to learn. And that's in anything. In
Well,
anything.
I lost the volume.
I'm sorry. What do you need?
That was Linda.
You need me to talk louder?
No, we can hear
Okay.
you fine.
Okay. So my wife's always saying I talk too loud. I have a speaker. That's what we do. You want to eat or you want me to be lower? You can't have both. So now I'm going to show you, this is very big, how to remember every detail of a meeting, like the one we're in, a conference, a training, a podcast. You may want to mute yourself because you're getting some background noise.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if
Yeah, I know. It's us.
Just mute yourself. It's okay. And you can come back, after. Or you could do it for a video, a YouTube video. People are learning from all different ways now. It's not just books. It's a lot more ebooks, too, than regular books. So whatever it is you're learning, I'm going to show you a tool that will help you learn
Let
it.
me leave.
Okay, thank you. So this product is called VetaFlow. I'm going to hold it up. It's the size of a credit card. And you turn it on. It syncs with your telephone. And what it does, and I'll turn on, this is actually a movie. If you look closely on the top, you see the voice pattern. That's not what, it's a movie. It's not what I'm doing right now. So you can see the voice, and on the bottom, in the blue, it's transcribing everything that I'm saying. And then what it'll do is it'll make a main points. Here's the summary of everything that I covered. And then I can output that to a cloud like Google Drive. And it'll output summary. It'll output the whole conversation. And it'll even do a mind map. So this is perfect for anyone who needs to take information and remember it. So let me go to the next thing. It'll transcribe from 100 languages. So any of you working with people who speak other languages, like sometimes David and Linda go to Mexico or they travel around the world, this is a way it'll simultaneously interpret. So you're saying what you have in English and it's putting it into one of the other 100 languages. And then when they talk back, it puts it back in English. So it's an instant translator. And you can also translate a conversation you recorded. So it's a very powerful program. There's a lot of programs that do this besides VetaFlow. Why did I choose VetaFlow? Because it gives you 1,000 free minutes a month. That's a lot. Most of these programs, they give you like 100 minutes and they get you on the tokens. So they start charging you for the 101st minute on, and it can add up to a considerable amount of money very quickly. So for like $100, I think it was like $100, $120, I have 1,000 minutes. I've never gone over 1,000 minutes in a month, but it's there if I need it. And then they don't charge a lot. They charge a fraction of a penny for going over. So it's very financially affordable for people who don't want to get in the back end hit with a lot of tokens, which is how they make all their money now on AI. And here's just some examples of you can summarize a speech, a telephone conversation. You say, how can I do a telephone conversation? It sticks to the phone. So if you're talking to people about business on a phone and you want a record of what was said, so they can't say later, I never said that. You've got a record. You've got the whole conversation recorded, and you've got the major points that were made and what was discussed and what was promised. So people can't come back later and say, we never talked about that. So I got a recording. And I can prove that's what we talked about. And I have it in writing, and I have the phone recording. And you could use this for phone recordings. You can use this for meetings like the Rotary meeting. You're totally transcribing the entire meeting and all the key points, and you could load them on a cloud where everyone can get them. You could use this for an interview. Here's what I like. I read a lot. And one of the things when I'm studying, I need to take notes. I'm not going to remember 1,100 pages of technical information instantly. I'm not Rain Man. I can't do toothpicks either. But what I do is I sync it to the phone. It's on pause. And now I see something I need to know. There's 5 things you need to remember when you're learning. You need to learn words, numbers, names, the 5 main ideas in every section, and the questions and answers. And I put it back on pause. So I didn't need to take out a pen. I didn't need to stop reading. I didn't have to break all the things I was doing. I'm recording from the text exactly what I need to know. And now I go back to reading my book. And when I'm done, I have a transcription of everything in the book I actually needed to remember. And I needed to know. And I needed to learn. And so it's fantastic for anything where there's information you need to retain and recall. And again, it's called VetaFlow. I don't sell it, but I use it. And I recommend it for those of you who have that need to keep a record of information. And it could be as much as just reading a new book or taking notes. So that's the first thing. Here, by the way, here's an example of the summary. So I was doing a thing on AI, so I made a recording. AI's impacts on marketing and jobs. This is the 3rd main idea. And you can see there's many, many more. So concern among marketers about AI potentially replacing their roles. And it gives me all the bullets for that point. And here's all the bullets for AI and societal disruption, and so on. It could be 20, 30 pages of notes. And then it all goes on the cloud. And it's sending the conversation to the cloud. It's sending the abstract to the cloud. It's sending the mind map to the cloud. Then you erase it from your phone and your device. And you got about 120 hours of recording on one charge. So you're fine. And it'll work for a day and a half without a charge. So this is a great way for getting information, putting it on the cloud, getting it off your thing. And you can print out whatever's on the cloud and have it in a binder if that's what you need. And again, I love it for phone calls because in business, you make a lot of business calls. Things are discussed, and you don't want to forget what you promised, or maybe the other person doesn't. It's a key element. There's no way that'll happen anymore. The next thing I'm going to discuss is pictures. Most people, when they're using pictures in business or for pleasure, it used to be hard. You had to look up a picture and find one that matched what you needed. Not anymore. What I use is Canva, and I'm going to show it to you in a minute. And so this is something I use every day to post on LinkedIn. I have 25,000 followers. So on the top, I have a learning thing. I'm always doing what I cannot do in order I might learn how to do it. Pablo Picasso, that's a quote. And then on the bottom, free tutoring with the world's fastest reader at mrreader.com/meeting. By the way, you want to write that down. And then I put a picture of me reading a book super fast. And I'm getting dozens and dozens of people contacting me that want the free meeting. And I'm going to tell you, every person who took the meeting signed up for the tutoring program. I've had 100% close rate at this point. So this is a fantastic way to meet people for free. So I do this every day. Now I'm going to go off of share screen because I'm going to go into Canva so you can see it. And I'll show you some of the things that it does. Let me find it. 48%. Just let me get it on the screen. That's what I was doing before you talked. When you told me to do this today, I had to get it. I had to key it up. Okay, I got it. Perfect. Let me move it to this page. Now I'll go to share screen. Where is it? Zoom. Here's Zoom. Share screen. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Can you see my screen? This program, this is a. Remember I taught the generals and the colonels in Thailand? So I gave it an image of me teaching in Thailand. It didn't look like this. This is a cartoon. It'll do it as a picture, as a cartoon, as a wood carving, a pencil drawing, a painting. It's all in Canva. I'm going to go into Canva again. Here's some of the things Canva does. Can you see? I don't know if you can see this. Let me stop sharing and go into this other Canva so you can see it. I've learned not to assume stuff anymore when you're online. It's easy to make a mistake. So this is what it looks like. Here's some, look at these forms, diagrams. Here's what it does. Templates, presentations, social media, video, print shop. You want a letterhead, you want a logo, anything you need for your business that's graphic, Canva will do it. Documents, whiteboard, sheets, coding, website. It'll do everything, all the information, and it has AI built in. So it's a wonderful program for anything you need. It also will take photos that you have and clean them up. You ever had a picture that was too light or too dark, or you wanted to clip out a certain part of the picture, there was too much data in it? It'll do anything that, a lot of what Photoshop does. And there's a free version and there's a paid version as well. So that's Canva.
Stop you for a moment, real
Yes.
quick. So do you have the paid version?
I have the paid version. It's much better.
Okay.
But start with the free one.
Yeah, and then how does it work? Like, I need to create a flyer for Rotary, but Rotary requires certain colors.
It does that. And it's branding. You can
Okay.
give it the colors for Rotary and the branding, and everything it creates conforms to your branding palette. And if you
Now-
don't, and you can even upload your colors. You can show it the
Okay.
colors,
Thank you.
and it will lock them in. And so
Awesome.
a lot of companies have a color or a certain look. Like I see Chris has that red look on the black. Whatever it is, it'll lock it in and it'll make it look exactly like your brand.
Okay. Cool.
And if
Thank
you don't like what it does, with AI, you tell it what you didn't like, fix it. And you might do 5 or 6 tries, but it'll keep adjusting what you didn't like till you get perfect. And it's amazing the things that you can do with this. Another program which is similar is FreePick. And I'm going to show you that one next. Let me go to share screen. This is why I needed a few minutes before I started. I didn't have any of this ready. I had to set it up for you guys so that it would be ready. Let me go into...
You're doing a great job.
Yeah, these are always great learning opportunities for, people and professionally and personally.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help everyone, but I wasn't ready. So it took me 3. That's why I get crazy with these people that make such a big deal. It's not that hard. If you're a speaker and you know what you're doing, do it. That's what you do. Okay, so let me go into this. Okay, out. And then I'll show it to you once I have it where I want it. Here we go. Perfect. And now I'm going to share the screen and go back to Zoom and share. And this is cool. This is now called, I think it's not FreePick anymore, it's called Magnific. So it does video. So I'm doing actually my Kabbalah class here. And someone I'm working with, these are some of the graphics they created for me with the Kabbalah and the Tree of Life and all that. It's really very nice. Now, I'm going to go down here. I'm going to have a few things. This is part of my workshop. He made a book for me out of my presentation. So I want to show you some interesting things here. This is Vicky. So what I did is I entered her current picture, and it made 9 versions of her at different ages. This is infant Vicky, 2-year-old Vicky, 20-year-old Vicky. This is Vicky when she's 90. This is Vicky now. Do you see what it did? It can take any person and it can show you what they look like at any age in their life, and you can customize just the ones you want. So that's pretty cool. But I want to go further. I've got to go down a bit. And it does. Here's a video I made. This is not a real person. Watch what he's doing. This is not real. None of this is real. None of it. I'm showing somebody getting ready to read a book. This person doesn't exist. This room doesn't exist. This is all a movie that I made in FreePick. Does it look real?
Yeah.
Can you imagine what you can do with We're teaching people how to shoot, teaching people about testosterone. It'll do anything you need in your industry. Let me go back to video. I want to show you one more thing. What this will do is it'll give you the option of 30 different cameras, from a Hollywood studio widescreen camera to film The Odyssey. It's there. It has 30 different cameras. One looks like a phone. One looks like a normal handheld. But if you want a polished, full movie version that could go in a theater, that camera is there. And then it gives you 30 different lenses. Do you need a wide angle? Do you need a tight shot? Do you want a portrait? Whatever it is you want, that camera could be linked to any of the lenses. What about the lighting? Is it hitting you? Is it the side? Is it this side? Top, bottom? What about the shoot? Are you shooting bottom up, top down, back over the shoulder, left? It'll do all of that. And then you tell it what you want the video to look like. So this is a super powerful program for anything regarding video. It also does pictures just like Canva did. It's an alternative. But when it comes to video, it's off the scale. Now, you don't have to do 30 cameras and shots. You could just say, this is the video that I want. And if it's not right, you could say, I like it, but make this a little lighter in the right, move the camera a little more to the left, and you can adjust it a few times, and you'll get a decent video. But if you want a video that looks like Hollywood, it'll do it. And it'll do a super, super job doing it. Again, there's a free version. What I would recommend, they have a tutorial on how to do video. I think you get a certain number of days free. Take a free day, go to that tutorial, and then do it one step at a time. And everything it's showing you, you have two screens or you split your screen. Everything it tells you to do it in FreePic, just like it's doing it in the video. And you will learn so many techniques for video you never thought you could do. And it's teaching you everything that you're going to need to know instantly. That's the second thing I wanted to teach you tonight. Now I'm going to go back into my program and I'm going to teach you the rest of what I wanted to teach you tonight. Let me find it. Here it is. And we're going to continue. The next thing, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Good. It's always good to check when you're switching. I'm going to show you to write a book in a day. So what are you going to say? Why would I want to write a book in a day? You're giving out business cards. You know what people do with them? They throw them out. If you gave someone a book, they're not throwing it out. I got a book. It's free. HowieBook.fun. You can remember that. Howie, that's my name, book.fun. And it'll give you like a 30, 40-page book that I give to kids on all the problems they have in learning and what's causing them. Now, you could do it, Chris, why people need to have the right instructor to learn to shoot, what the problems are when they get the wrong person. You could show what happens when you go to the wrong medical professional to get testosterone. And whatever it is you do, it'll make a book. But the beauty is these books are about the problems they have. It doesn't give them the solution. It tells them why they're in pain and why it's real and why they need to fix it. So we're going to start. That's HowieBook.fun. Again, it's free. So you use these books, you give them away, and one of the things that this does, it's called copyandcontent.ai. Okay? So I'm going to show you what it does. One first thing you do is set up an avatar. What's that? Who are you selling? Now, I have three markets. Seniors, it's a small market, staying mentally fit when you get older. Professionals want to make more money and everything's driven by information. And students, they want higher SAT scores. If I tell an 80-year-old they're going to get a high SAT score, that's not going to close a lot of people. And if I tell a 16-year-old they're going to be mentally fit when they're 80, they're not really going to want the program. So I have different websites for the different niches. One talks about learning and grades. One talks about money and business. One talks about you don't want to be senile. It's totally different. It's the same program. It fixes all three problems, but you got to focus on your niche. And so you might say, I'm a realtor. I could have one site for people wanting apartments and another for people wanting houses. They have different problems, and I'm showing them what those problems are. So I'm talking to them and not everybody in the world. So it's asking what's their name. My avatar was CEOs, which is entrepreneurs, people own companies. What's their pronoun? It was she or her. And now I'm going to show you, this is what it does. This would take 40 minutes. We don't have 40 minutes. I'm going to do one of these, but I'm showing you what it does do when you know how to use it. It writes the whole bio in your book, the author bio. It does a full introduction, a whole page, full conclusion. It writes the ad for the back. What's the ad? And here's how you reach Chris to get the best shooting lessons. Here's how you reach whoever you are to get a best house, best apartment. So they know how to reach you. They know they got a problem now. Who's going to fix the problem? You. Then I need to know, what am I going to write the book about? What problem am I trying to solve in my book? It tells me. Then they say, I need a chapter title. What's the chapter title? Tells me. And then I say, I'm writing a chapter. Can you write it for me? So what I'm going to do now is I am going to leave again, and because I'm home, I can do this. I am going to show you this in real time. I am going to write a book chapter in about 90 seconds from scratch, and you're going to watch an entire chapter of a book done in 90 seconds. And it's took me 30 pages in about 90 seconds. So let me get into to the site. Visit. Screen one. Oh, it's down further. Here it is. Continue. Let me go into my thing here and load the page up. There. Okay. There. Okay, now I can do it. It's the one thing about Zoom. You have to have the page you want to show them ready to go, or it doesn't work right. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this is inside copying content. I'm on the page for writing a chapter. So the first thing is I get an avatar. So I loaded it. Who's the avatar? Company leaders. What's the number one important thing for a person running a business? Growing market share. Business is about money, making market. The first chapter, it gave me this title. I'll show you that when I go back. So the title I have for my chapter is The Profit Mirage, Why Short-Term Gains Can Lead to Long-Term Pain. What's the mistake that they're making that I want to cover in that chapter? Prioritizing immediate profits over long-term growth. That's what this chapter does, nothing else. What's the next chapter? I just picked one, learning. There is none, but I put it in so it's filled in. And then here's where it gets interesting. What's my writing tone? Authoritative, confident, entertaining, friendly, persuasive, romantic, sarcastic. This is for a business CEO. I think authoritative makes the most sense. I'm not writing for a kid. I'm not writing for a senior. I'm writing for a business person. They want serious writing. The next thing is, what's the style? Academic, concise, conversational, descriptive. And again, who am I writing for? A business person. I think they want information. They want it to tell them something useful, descriptive. And the third choice, this is cool. What does it sound like? BuzzFeed, Cosmo, Entrepreneur, which would be a bad choice. Good Housekeeping, Mad Magazine, National Enquirer. Every one of these choices produces a different book. But I usually pick for a business person, Wall Street Journal, because it's business, and this is a business person. Watch what happens when I click build. It's going to take about 90 seconds. It's writing the chapter from scratch based on what you just saw, nothing else. So I'm going to ask it to write the intro, and as soon as the intro's done, I can write the rest of the book. It takes about 30, 40, it's pretty fast. Remember, it's writing a whole book. Okay, just be patient and it'll come up. And then I'll click this. There you go. And then I'm going to go down and I'm going to have it write the rest of the book. This will take about a minute. What are the consequences, typical solutions that don't work, ways to avoid the mistake, how to fix the mistake, how to prevent making a mistake, tools to get it done. I mean, this is a really serious book. And when it's done, I'm going to show you in just a minute or two the entire chapter from nothing, from absolutely nothing, the whole book. Now, this would be one chapter, and I'll show you, I write 3. So when I'm done, I got 40 to 60 pages done. Then I can go to Canva or FreePic to get my illustrations and pictures. Remember, I can make the picture exactly what I want based on the chapter, and I can paste that into my book. I can turn the Word document into a PDF and do a lot of other things. I'm just almost done. There's 3 or 4 more things it's doing. And then when I go to get results, it'll blow your mind. Remember how fast it's done. I'm going to go to results. I want a document. This is a Word document. I'm going to show you what it did. Again, I'm going to have to get out of stop share. I'm going to get the document in here. I'll go back to share so you can see the book.
Howard, while you're bringing that up, is there any like copyright infringements or disclosures?
It's AI. It's writing it for you. You're not plagiarizing anything. This is a new book. This is a brand new book. You designed it. Here's what it looks like. So The Profit Mirage, Why Short-Term Gains Lead to Long-Term Pain. That's the book. This is the chapter. Why is prioritizing immediate profits over long-term growth a mistake? The Profit Mirage, Why Short-Term Gains Lead to Long-Term. Remember, all this came from the program. Everything here, even the problems. And then it goes, what is the mistake? Why is it a mistake? The erosion of brand value, employment disagreement, missed marketing opportunities. Why do they make the mistake? What should they do instead? And it's giving them 5 things they should do instead. Here's the conclusion. Consequences of priorities, profits over growth. And here's a whole section on that. Typical solutions company leaders do that they don't work. So they can relate to it. I did this, it didn't work. Then it's going down further. Ways to avoid that mistake. It goes down further. Remember, this all was done on the fly, instantly. Here's 4 practical examples of them using a balanced scorecard approach. How do I fix the mistake if I made it already? Real world examples of these principles.
Crazy. My mind is just blown here.
How to prevent making the mistake in the future. This is just one chapter. You have 3. Tools to get the job done faster, better, easier. I gave you my book, howebook.fun, so you can see what it looks like when it's done. And it's free. Then, this is cool. Here are tools that you can get that'll help you overcome the problem. It's giving you stuff you can use. Here's your number 1 piece of advice. Here's the summary of the chapter. And then it does the next chapter. What's at the back? You. Why they need you as the solution. This is just one chapter in a 60-page book done instantly. Done instantly. Oh, I want to show you one more thing with that. I'm going to go back to it. Where is it? PowerPoint book check. Here it is. I'm going to go out of here. I'm going to go back to the main menu. This isn't just about books. I want to show you what this does because it's incredible for a business. This is where you set up your avatars. So I'm not going to do every one of these just to get an idea. So your offer stack, your offer brainstorm. What could you offer people? Your $1 million offer, your bullets, your one-time offer, your word hook, your elevator speech, your story, 60-second video short, 60-second video theme, abandoned carts when they don't pay. It sets up an abandoned cart, ad headlines, authority site genie, book interview, curriculum, makes an entire PowerPoint from scratch. It tells you what topic to make it on and makes the entire presentation. Then you go to Canva or FreePick and stick the pictures in. I don't need that. I do it myself. Here's your guerrilla marketing plan, an event, the promo, the offer, the follow-up, and the cart. Everything you need. It does SEO. It does meta tags. It does one-time offers. It does your book idea. And anything you need. It does a sales letter that's like 20 pages long. It does a website, the entire copy for a website page. Everything from scratch. All that. And everything else as well. I'm going to stop sharing this. I don't want to go crazy with this. So I'll go back. Let's see. Let me get back into my PowerPoint. Where is it? There it is. Perfect. Can you see my page again? Because I've been switching a lot.
Yes,
I won't be switching any. That's why I gave you time when I said I got to leave you guys for a few minutes. This is what I was setting up. That's what a speaker does. You don't say, how do I speak? You get it ready. You just do it. Okay. So if I'm looking for ideas for the chapter, that's the one I picked. But look at how many ideas. There's 20 mistakes. That could be any one of 20 chapters. I could pick 3 of them and make 3 chapters. And it's telling me all the mistakes. Then what's the chapter title? It's giving me 10 chapter titles from the mistake that I'm writing the chapter on. Here's what I copied. The Profit Mirage, which I showed you. I pasted into the book chapter writer. Out comes the whole chapter. The reason I have this here, it's a movie. When I'm in a Rotary meeting without internet, I have to do the movie because I can't show it to them in the real program because there's no internet. So I'm prepared either way. Give me no internet, I'll do this. You don't need it. Give me internet, I'd rather show you the real thing. Now, the last topic I want to cover today. Oh, if you like this program, here's how to get it. You could scan this QR code. Someone said it doesn't work, but go to MrReader.com, www.MrReader.com/copy. And that's where you can get the program if you choose to get it. It's AI. What I like about it is it's business. It's not everything in AI. It's just business writing. Anything you need done in a business and you need it written, this program does that. It specializes. That's where you can find it. Now, the last topic I'm covering, remember, this is the second time I'm doing this. I just made this. It's the learning crisis. High school students actually clueless and entitled. Yes, I taught in New York. I gave them the answer sheet to the test during the test. And I gave it to them to take home to study. And I gave it to them the day before and showed them how to learn it. Everyone failed. They couldn't read the answer sheet on a true-false test. Not only couldn't they read the answer sheet, they left true-false questions blank after I explained why never to do that. That's high school today. That's where the kids are at. Here's 3 education experts telling you what they're seeing. They teach advanced kids. These are the smart ones. AP. They're ambitious, kind, somewhat hardworking. I need to constantly remind them to write and complete sentences. It's March. Most of the 11th graders are now writing whole sentences. I read an article yesterday about a teacher who gave their students sentences with only 4 words missing. 12th graders, they couldn't add 4 words to make a sentence in 12th grade. I'm teaching 7th and 8th grade social studies since 2002. My students used to write 5-paragraph essays in 40 minutes. Now they struggle with 3 sentences. When I taught business math, students couldn't do fractions, decimals, or percentages. How are they going to learn algebra? I tutored a kid in India, a high school student. I've had a lot of math because I majored in math and science. I went all the way through calculus, advanced statistics. I never saw a problem like this kid solved in high school It was an algebraic expression containing integrals from calculus with matrix equations mixed in. Have you ever seen a problem with matrix equations using calculus expressions in advanced algebra in 11th grade? 11th grade. These kids go to school 6 days a week. When they come home at 3 o'clock, they go to their second school at 4. They go to 6, to Kumon or Sylvan, and then they get 4 hours homework. Did you know that you can't give homework in school anymore? It's too much pressure on the students. Those are the competition our kids have. Kids going 6 days a week from 9 to 6 with 4 hours homework, and kids that get zero homework and can't read, write, or count in 12th grade. This country's in trouble. So it'll bring me to the next thing. I'm doing tutoring. This is one of my students. Passed the bar at 19. Was it a fluke? His brother's an attorney, a flight instructor, became a pilot for Southwest. This is real. His sister's 15, first-year law student. Be the youngest person in California history to pass the bar. His other brother's 17, second-year law student. He'll be the second youngest. This is Stephen. He went to UTA in Arlington, so you're familiar with that school. Graduated at 16 with all A's, majoring in economics. Went to OU at 18 to major in math as a master. And he graduated at 19 with a 3.97 GPA. All A's, 1B. I heard he's a professor at Yale now. By the way, they paid him to go to graduate school. They gave him $27,000 to teach math to undergraduates at 18. Free room, board, books, and tuition. The last one, this is a normal kid. I'm almost done. I know I'm going a little over. He has C average. Taught him how to learn. Finished high school at 15. Got his 2-year. He lives in Dallas too. 2-year degree at 17. BA at 19. Masters in English at 21. He became a Tarrant County professor at 22. Would you have predicted an 11-year-old C student would be a professor at 22? Here's what I'm doing. I just hit 77. So I want to get 10, maybe 15 kids. I don't want 1 million kids. I want to really help these kids like I helped those kids. I'm going to give them how to learn, how to remember, and I'm doing a whole 30-minute lesson totally free, no charge, to see if it's a fit for the family. And I would appreciate if you would tell people, go to mrreader.com/meeting. I will not charge them. One, I don't want every kid. I want kids who actually I can help, that will actually say, yeah, I like what he does. I think I want to try it. So if you're saying, you got to learn this or else you're not going to get your Nintendo or whatever. No, that kid isn't going to learn anything. I want a kid that takes 30 minutes and says, this was great. This could change my life. Mom, Dad, please help me. And I'm only charging $75 an hour, which for the fastest reader in the world is not exorbitant. And I will teach them to double their learning rate. I'll teach them how to study, how to remember, emotional intelligence skills so that they stay calm during tests, doing public speaking. I'll teach them how to eliminate writer's block. The kids in my class, they did a 28-page report on the book of Matthew in 4 hours. At the graduate level, it was graded in a seminary. He didn't know it was kids. So again, I'm not charging for this. This is free. And you'll help me because I really would like to meet some more kids. It's good for you too. By the way, if you want to take it with a kid, or if you're a grandparent, you want to sit on it, I don't care. I'm charging for the hour. Maybe they got 3 kids. I'm not charging for 3 kids. I'm charging for an hour. Or if 2 families want to get together, it's 3. It's 25 for the 3 families. They each pay 25 for the hour. I want to help people. That's why we're in Rotary, and I would appreciate it if you would help me find people that I can help. And I'm giving it away because I know I'll find the right people that I can actually make a difference for. And that is my new program. What did you think? Was it okay?
Hey, bravo. That was great.
Thank you. This is the
All right, let's go
second
back to
time I did it. So
I think that was great. It was really cool. I was engaged.
if you know any other clubs that would like me to do it on Zoom, I certainly would be
Yeah.
happy to volunteer. If you know schools that might be interested, I'm always looking for, I need help with that. I can't do it all myself.
Howard, I have a question. How do you do when it's somebody's biography?
How do I write a biography?
Yes.
You write your biography your way. It's probably not great. And then you take it into that program. One of the things is a rewrite. Put it in
Okay.
how you wrote it. Tell it what you want to give it to, who's going to read it. It'll rewrite it and make it much more polished. But it's using your ideas, your stories. It's not inventing them. It's you. It just makes it better because it knows how to make something sound more polished than you might, as a non-professional writer might write. It'll make it professional, but it's using your writing to do it.
And you record your voice and
You can
your,
do that, or you can write it. There's a mic. You can record your voice, write, talk your biography. Push a button, out comes your new biography. You don't like it, push it again, or change one of those things from Wall Street Journal to New York Post or the National, whatever. And see the difference in which one you like the most.
Okay, great. Thank you. Great presentation. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate it because, like I said, it's brand new. You never know with a new one if it's working. I thought it worked, but it's more important you think it works. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you, everyone. I hope I made up for the missing speaker.
You did
Oh, you
great.
did great. Yes.
You did
Yes.
great.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to end this meeting, but before we do, join me in saying the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. First, is
Is it the truth?
Is it fair?
Second, is it
Is
fair
it fair to all
concerned?
concerned?
Will it build?
Third, will
Will it build goodwill
and
or better
friendships?
friendships?
Fourth,
Will
will
it
it
be
Will it be
beneficial?
beneficial to all concerned?
And fifth,
Will
Will
it be
it
fun?
be fun?
Oh, remember how we
hey,
booked
y'all
that
have a
fun.
great one. Thank y'all all for coming out. And I'll see you next time. Have a good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.